Hey, what's going on, guys? This is MBDC back again with another Final Cut Pro tutorial. So, if you have not seen the other three videos already shot and done, watch those before you watch this one to see how we got to this point. But today we're going to be talking about how to put audio effects or how to edit audio in Final Cut Pro. So we talked about how to sync audio, how to get your video on the timeline, how to import your footage, stuff like that. First thing before you start slicing and dicing, adding video effects and stuff like that, you want to make sure your audio is dialed. So whether you're using, like right now I'm using my Rode video mic plugged into my camera, or external audio, whatever you're using, you want to make sure your audio is dialed right. You want to make sure the levels are right. You want to make sure it sounds good, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to talk about that here today. We're going to keep it very simple like I've been doing. So first thing you want to do is make sure in the inspector window you're at the audio tab. So you have video, color, audio. This is going to adjust your video. We'll talk about that later. So this is going to adjust your color. Well, again, we'll talk about that later. And this is going to be all your audio effects. So you see here I have my mix pre, all that audio selected right here. Very, very simple. Any effects you drag from the effects tab for audio is going to pop up right here. So I feel like that audio is kind of low. Let's hit the audio. So we got this here. This will bring up to meter your audio. Just click it right here. You can turn that on and off. If you're not editing audio or anything like that, you probably don't need to have it on. But just in case you do, just click it here, clicks on and off. You want your audio to kind of cap out at -6 for YouTube videos, for any kind of A-roll talking head segment. That is my rule of thumb for audio, so I like to go here. So this is just the raw audio that I dropped into the clip.
We're talking about the episode.
So I'm kind of around
season finale of Arrow, called Living Proof, if you have not seen it.
So if you see I'm kind of low, I'm kind of around -12. I'm hitting that around the -12 mark. So what I'm gonna do is, well, my audio, because I record into a Mix Pre 3 with my Rode NTG3 and it's fairly high-end equipment, I don't do too much with my audio. I just add a little bit of treble, adjust some of the levels, and make sure it's all crisp and consistent. So add an audio effect. So you want to make sure you're in the audio tab. They're all categorized out. You have all. If you want to add any kind of, you're doing some kind of weird stuff, you want to add anything specialized, again, all you have to do is drag it, click it, hold it, drag it onto your timeline. So like if I took spaceship, dragged it, it'll be right here. Let's see what that sounds like. It sounds really weird, but I can drag the amount or whatever. It's gonna pop up right here. So remember, when I drag it onto the clip, it'll populate right here. So that way you can adjust any setting you want on the audio effect you put on your audio. So I'm gonna highlight it here, hit delete. It's gonna delete that. So all I do is I take channel EQ, drop that onto my timeline, right? Boom, close that effects tab out. I'm gonna click in here to the little box. See a little box here? Click in, it's gonna bring up a pop-up right here. I click down the drop down where it says default. I go to voice over EQ. Voice over EQ is gonna give it a little boost. It's gonna boost some of the low end, treble, high end, but I still want to adjust it a little bit. So what I do is I drag my dB. This is gonna affect the levels. So what I want to do is I want to drag that up to about a +1. It's about a +1. I'll take this treble right here. So at about 10,000 hertz, I'll drag that down just a little bit. Take the high end, drag that up just a little bit, drag this up a little bit. And again, everybody's voice is different. Like I said, I've done well over 100 videos. I already know how I want my voice to sound, especially coming out of the Rode NTG3. So this is not something you're just gonna be adjusting on the fly. You wanna mess around with that. I spent many hours messing around with this thing to see how I wanted it to sound. And I kind of got my levels the way I want them to sound. I kind of got my voice the way I want it to sound. So you don't have to do all this. You can just drag the channel EQ, put a filter on it, and adjust the levels and go on about your business. Me, I'll adjust it just a little bit, and so you can see what that sounds like here. Let me go ahead and play that. Let's start from here.
This is MBDC back with another video for you guys here today. And today we're talking about the episode before the season finale of Arrow, called Living Proof.
So to me, that sounds great. If you want to hear what it sounds like without that channel EQ, Uncheck the box and we can listen to that now.
This is MBDC back with another video for you guys here today. And today we're talking about the episode before the season finale of Arrow called Living Proof. If you have not seen the episode, you're gonna watch this video. Spoilers are ahead.
So, as you can hear, when I put the channel EQ, adjusted my levels, it sounds much better. It sounds more full. It sounds more deliberate, more intentional. It sounds more crisp. And again, I guess audio is subjective. You know what sounds good to you. You know what makes your voice sound good. So you want to play around with some effects, play around with what you're doing. Just play around with some of it. So just play around until you get it to where you want it to be. I don't do anything, like I said, too crazy because I'm already recorded on a nice mic. I don't want to destroy what the mic is already providing. Otherwise, why spend the money on the mic? Just buy a cheap mic and mess around with all the effects. So it kind of defeats the purpose if I go too crazy on my audio settings. So I'll just kind of do this, let the mic shine, and to me it sounds great. Let's see where the decibel levels are. So let's do the final check on if I'm hitting that -6 mark. And once we do that, then we're good to go to start editing the video.
This is MBDC back with another video for you guys here today. And today we're talking about the episode.
So if you see, I'm hitting that -6 mark. Before it was a little bit less than -12, sometimes hitting that -12, hitting that -6 mark. I can maybe go up a half decibel if I wanted to. If I wanted to pop back into the channel EQ and go up a half decibel, I could. But it's not necessary. It's hitting that -6. It's sometimes one above it because when I talk, I range. I don't just talk very monotone. So to me, that's fine. To me, that's fine. It's perfect on most people's phones, tablets, TVs, computers, whatever they're watching on. That's going to be, in my opinion, the right decibel level for what people are going to watch this video on. So you leave it there. You put the audio effects in. You went to the sound effects tab. You hit the little box just to remind you the pop-up came on. You have all these different EQs right here. I went to voice over EQ. It laid an effect over. I could have been done there. But what I did is I went in, adjusted the gain up, and adjusted some of the treble and the bass and stuff like that. So very simple to do. Again, this is all built-in tools from Final Cut Pro. I did not purchase anything extra. I know there's a lot of plugins and stuff like that. This is just built-in tools of Final Cut Pro. Very easy, very simple to use to get your audio dialed in the way you want to, because again, half of your video is audio, right? So if your audio is not great, then it's gonna make your video look not professional. So you want your audio dialed in. That's how you do it. It's the simplest way to do it. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I will be putting out another video in this series. Again, if you haven't watched the other videos, go back and watch those. Come back and watch this one, or you've already watched this one if you got this far, I guess. But stay tuned for the next one. Any questions, let me know. Hit like. A lot goes into making these videos. Get subscribed. More videos like this to come soon. This is MBDC. I will catch you guys at the next one. Peace.